Okay, hello, hello. This is Omar's reading, and this I drew from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, uh, the Oracle Phonics. And Omar, your message comes from the Truth Be Told card. However, you got this in reverse, and when cards come in reverse, it's not a bad thing. It means that you're going to get a little bit of extra encouragement. And I feel like cards kind of fall in a couple of different categories. They are either reward cards, which are kind of possible outcome cards, or cards that are telling you, that things are coming into fruition, or they're encouragement cards where they give you a bit of advice to kind of steer you on the path. It's a little bit of, divine wisdom that's being imparted on you. And actually, that's kind of a cool thing because not everybody takes advantage of the guidance that spirit is willing to give. And so in this case, you got Truth Be Told in reverse. And truth be told, this card in general is about being transparent and being authentic and being who you genuinely are, and without apology and without exception, and just being very honest, not only with other people, but with yourself. So when it comes in reverse, the encouragement that comes with that is for you to look and see if there's areas in your life where you are not feeling like you're at your best, you're not where you want to be, and you feel like maybe there's a little bit of struggle, or there's a little bit of self-doubt, or self-worth issues, those sorts of things, then it's asking you to examine what you're contributing to that. The encouragement here is that you look at where are you in denial and where are you not living authentically and not being honest with yourself, because that's what's preventing you from moving forward and getting into more of this balance that's going to put you on the path to where you would really like to be in the future. And enjoying the journey in general. So if there is I feel like you're making some excuses. You have a lot of reasons for not moving forward on something, and ultimately it all comes down to one thing, and that's fear. And, there's really two emotions. All actions, responses, thoughts, everything come off of two emotions. They come off of either love or fear. And things like anger, animosity, confusion, hesitance, procrastination, all of those things, they all come at a place of fear. So what we want to do is we want to steer ourselves into a place where we are acting and thinking and moving forward out of love rather than fear. And that's not to say that you shouldn't be afraid, because fear has its place, and it's definitely one of those things. Fear actually helps keep us safe. So being cognizant of that is very important, and recognizing when fear is a positive motivator and something that allows you to use your power of discernment in a way that allows you to move forward in a productive and positive way, or when you're using it as an excuse and a crutch that prevents you from that forward movement. And so when this card comes in reverse, what you're being asked to do is have a little come to Jesus meeting with yourself about to be and what's preventing you from getting there. And ultimately, it all comes down to being authentic and being very honest. Now is not the time to sugarcoat things or compromise or settle in the best interest of other people, because it's not your place to make other people happy. You can't make other people feel anything. And they're going to respond to situations around them based on their experience, just like you respond to the situations and the people around you based on your own. So it's time to let go of some of those limiting beliefs, those things that prevent you from moving forward. And typically they're things that we believe that really have never been true. Someone who says, "Oh, I'm not athletic," they're not athletic because they say they're not athletic. we are capable of learning anything that we're excited and passionate about. We're capable of having anything we're willing to 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 dream about. I'm telling people all the time to dream bigger and to not um, limit themselves by a lack of imagination or by fear. So the message here actually is quite clear that it's time for you to kind of start being honest with yourself and figuring out what it is that you genuinely fear that's preventing you from achieving the goals that you're working toward, whether they be relationship goals or prosperity goals or personal goals, spiritual goals, whatever. It doesn't really matter, because all limits are self-imposed. When we make excuses as to why we are not doing what we want to do or where we want to be or living the way we want to live, it's really because we're not dreaming big enough, and because we, for whatever reason, don't believe that we deserve it, or we feel like we're a bit of a victim. And victims victimhood is not a place to stay. It might be a place we pass through on our journey, but it's not a place to stay and hang your hat. So the moment is here, the time is now for you to stop making excuses and start figuring out what it is you genuinely want, and figuring out what it is you're willing to do to get that. And the first step to that, and which will actually start manifesting for you fairly quickly, is for you to start being honest with yourself and living very honestly and being very authentic. You be you, Omar, because nobody else can do it like you can. And you deserve all the gifts that Spirit has for you and is waiting for you, and it's just waiting for you to take the leap, take the next big step towards living the life that you choose and doing the things that you want and having the things that you want and having the people in your life that you want. You really can attain that life that is edifying and worthy of you when you will let go of the things that are holding you back. And honestly, the only thing holding you back is you. So it's time to be honest with yourself. And sometimes that's kind of hard. It's especially if we have fallen into a habit of being victims of our circumstances. But the truth of the matter is we are exactly where we are because we choose to be. And if you want to change where you are, because where you are now was great when you got there, because it was an improvement of where you were before. But it's time for you to move forward. So it's time for you to start feeling safe in being authentic and being yourself. The sky's not going to fall just because you choose to be who you are unapologetically. So, truth be told, be very, very honest with yourself. Stick to your core values. Don't be influenced by other people or their experiences. You be you, and you are going to be well on your way to the next step in achieving and being and living the life that you choose.